It may seem like the technology and the software and social media platforms that we use today have come into our lives to make them easier. But in this class, we will question them as neutral and try to connect to our human goals once again. Hi, I'm Melissa from Yoga with Melissa. This is a yin yoga class for your gallbladder meridian. We're going to be connecting with our human intentions, again, questioning the goals that technology and software and social media platforms have for us today. This is part of the Attention Economy series. You're going to need a mat. I like to put an extra folded blanket on top. And the prop that you're going to need today is probably a second folded blanket or maybe a pillow, just as a second prop. We're going to go ahead and start resting back on your back for some centering and just to set the context for today's class. You can put a bolster underneath your knees if you have any low back issues, or you can just have your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor. So begin by feeling the support of the earth underneath you and letting tension unravel from your body, sinking down and into the earth. And then begin to just follow your breath in your body without trying to change or manipulate it in any way. So it may seem that the technology we use, from our laptops to our smartphones to the social media platforms and software on them, have come into our lives to fulfill all of our needs and desires. After all, they're allowing us to connect right now. Maybe you're watching this yoga class on a TV, on a laptop, or on a smartphone. So this technology is allowing me to communicate a message and teachings to you. And all of that is incredibly positive. However, the premise of the attention economy is that we question, and we can question, what are the goals of this technology for you? Do they align with your human goals of, maybe your human goals are spending more time with friends and family, of having closer relationships, of bettering your physical and emotional health, of having more energy, centered and grounded energy, of transforming your spiritual life? Or, if we're honest, are the goals of technology and the technology platforms simply engagement goals? In other words, asking us to spend as much time as possible with their products? Or are they simply designed to get us to keep clicking and tapping and scrolling? And if so, are those goals in alignment with our human goals? Our human goals of better relationships, improving our mental, emotional, and physical health, having better energy, and transforming our spiritual life. So in today's Yin Yoga class, we're going to focus on our Gallbladder Meridian, which runs all the way along the side body. Because your Gallbladder Meridian is responsible for decision making, judgment, and courage. Your gallbladder is seen as a pivot organ, and it helps you with new beginnings and stages in your life. It's about taking appropriate action based on the circumstances in your life. So you can just reflect on all of that and set your own intention of what you would like to receive from this class based on your own experience. And then when you feel ready, we're going to move into our first yin posture, which is going to be bananasana for the side body. So you can take your feet over to the left side of your body. You can have a few options here. If your shoulders are super tight, you can take a bolster or some folded blankets underneath your elbows so that your arms don't have to come all the way to the ground. You can side bend to the left. You can hold on to your elbows, or you can take your arms overhead. So whatever feels best in your body today. And we're going to be here for about 5 minutes. So remember to choose an appropriate edge, something that you can stay with for that full length of time, knowing that that intensity is going to probably increase over that time. So the first thing, we're going to focus on the 4 principles of yin here. So the first thing is to find an appropriate edge. And edge is that place where you want to be, where you can stay. So just slightly back off and settle. Be curious about the sensations. Lessen your ambitions to go deeper. And then you want to be still. So in yin yoga, we want to move the chi into the bones and deeper connective tissues. Because if you keep moving, it's going to stay at the surface level of the muscles. So don't fidget, don't fix or change the pose, don't intensify it, and don't escape the sensations. Okay, so from here we're going to come back to the center, feel the chi moving through our bodies, especially on the right side of our bodies. Feel the effect of the pose. And then we'll go ahead and set this up on the other side. So take your feet over to the right side of the mat, bend your body to the right side, and choose the position for your arms that you're going to be able to stay with for a while. So the second two principles of yin are to soften, and this allows the chi to go deeper into the meridians and and deeper into the connective tissues. And then also we stay for a while. So we're staying in these poses today for 5 minutes. And we stay in them for 5 minutes, again, to allow the chi to access the meridians, to move through the meridians. This is just like when you go for acupuncture, they don't put the needles in and take them right back out. It allows lots of time for the energy to flow through the meridians so that the organs can be affected and deep healing and nourishment of energy can take place in your body. There's an ant in my hair. There's a lot of ants around here. I think we're going to have to call this the forest of ants. So creepy. Keep softening. And then you're going to slowly release this pose from your body. Ouch. See, they don't bite until they do. So we're in the middle. Sorry, I got distracted by the bite, but we're in the middle of feeling the rebound. Okay, our next pose is going to be a pigeon, and it's called Sleeping Swan in Yin. So this isn't great for everybody's knees, so you can take reclined pigeon, or maybe this is called sleeping pigeon, I don't know. You can take it on your back if you need to. Or we'll do the right side first. Or you can come and we'll do it on your bellies. So this is going to get the outside of the hip. This part, there's a key gallbladder meridian point right here. Or you're going to bring your right leg forward and take your left leg back. And you can fold forward. If you've got a bolster, you can fold forward over a bolster. So the gallbladder meridian, it begins at the corner of the eyes, and your meridian zigzags over the side of the skull, down the backs of your neck. It crosses over the shoulders in front of the body, and then it zigzags across the chest and the sides of the trunk, and it goes through the sides of the hips, the thighs, and legs, and it ends at the second joint of the fourth toe. Okay, so we're going to come out of this pose and we're going to lie on our backs to feel the rebound. Then we're going to take the other side. So if you're going to do it on your back to be supportive of your knees, you're going to cross your left leg over your right, hold on behind your knees, draw your left leg in. You want to feel sensation on the outside of your leg here. Otherwise, you're going to roll over. And you're going to draw your left leg forward and reach your right leg back again. Find that just right edge, something you can stay with. If you need to fill the space, you can fill it with a blanket here. So coming back to our theme of the attention economy and questioning the goals, our human goals versus technology's goals for us, or the social media platforms' goals for us, or the software's goals for us, I think we can all say, it's safe to say that nobody wakes up in the morning and says, how much time can I spend on social media today? Let me see how many hours I can rack up on the YouTube or on Instagram or on Facebook today. So there's actually quite a rift between our human goals and the goals that technology has for us. And we actually just kind of blindly trust that our technologies are a good companion for us, or, you know, the way that Netflix help us to chill out, but really they just want us to watch one after another episodes, that they're going to help us to get to where we want to be and help us to get to where we want to go and help us to become who we want to be. So we have a really high tolerance for their navigation through the information space, even though most of the time they don't take us to where we want to go. See if you can soften. Remember, our goal is to pull and pressurize the tissue on the outside of the hip here. So can you soften your shoulders, soften your jaw? Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and release the pose on this side. And we'll lie on our backs and just give ourselves a second to let the chi flow through our bodies again. That feels really good. I feel like that released a lot of stagnant chi in my hips. Okay, we're going to come up to seated and we're going to move on to cow's face, but I'm going to give you lots of options here. So you could do this sitting in a chair because we're going to be doing some lateral side bending here. I'm not too concerned about the cow's face legs if you don't want to take that. You could also sit cross-legged. We're going to do right leg over left or right leg crossed in front of the left. And if your knees are doing this kind of weird configuration here because your hips are tight, like mine are increasingly tight these days, then sit up on something and get your legs to settle a lot more here. And then we're going to side bend here so you get some side body stretch here as well. So we're just leaning to the side till you feel pulling and pressurizing along the side body. So your gallbladder is responsible for decision making, judgment, and courage. The gallbladder rules choosing between options, decision making, and good judgment. It asks the question, what course is right for me? It helps us to find our life direction anytime we are wallowing in procrastination or indecision. On a physical level, the gallbladder assists digestion to keep it moving. It controls the sinews, body flexibility, and tendon strength. It carries out the plans of the liver, providing courage and initiative to keep our life moving, including our emotions. And it transforms kidney vitality into action. Timidity, indecisiveness, and being easily discouraged are also signs of a weak gallbladder. Conversely, the opposite, or boasting, may also be an imbalance in the gallbladder. So just keep softening. And breathing. Soften your jaw. Space between your teeth, let your tongue float in your mouth. Okay, then we're going to come back up. We'll just pause here in the center for a moment. Feel the chi moving. And then we're going to do the other side. So either you're going to cross the left leg on front, or if you're cross-legged, you're just going to cross the left leg in front of your right leg. And then we're just going to slide to the left again. Slide to the left. Yeah, it's your left. And breathe and soften and choose an appropriate edge. So I'm going to just back off a bit because I did find that that pose got pretty intense for me last time on the other side. So just check in. Are you breathing? Can you soften anywhere? Let go of any gripping or holding. Okay, so we're going to slowly come back up to the center. Just pause in the center for a moment. And then you can go ahead and lie on your back and just feel the chi move through your hips. And we're going to see if we can find a different location that might not be on an anthill. Okay, what we're going to do now is Keyhole Twist. Now, some of you I know find this destabilizing for your SI joint, so if that's the case, just do a regular twist, okay? Or you could do cow's face twist too, but I know some people for the asymmetrical legs that find that destabilizing for your SI joint. So if you have instability in your SI joint, just do a symmetrical twist, like just knees down twist, okay? Otherwise, you're going to take your right leg over your left leg and arms out to the side. You're going to press into your left foot, bring your hips over to your right side, and you're just going to drop your right knee to your left side. So we're doing it this way just so that you can feel that sensation along your side body. That's what we're doing. And if you want more along your side body, you're going to take your right arm up more, as much as is comfortable for you. That'll just depend on your shoulder girdle, okay? Can you soften, breathe? Great. So we're going to come back to the center. So I would get you to uncross your legs, press into both feet, untuck your hips, and lie on your back, and just give your spine a chance to unravel. Bring your arms down by the side of your body too. And then we'll go ahead and set this twist up on the other side of your body. So if you're going to do the symmetrical twist, you'll do it with your knees together. Otherwise, if your SI joint is feeling strong, you're going to take your left leg, your ankle, over your right knee, press into your right foot, lift your hips, take them over to the left side, and then lower your right knee down. And you can play with where your left arm is, so that you can bring the twist into your side body more, but it depends on your shoulder flexibility. And what might have been okay on one side might not be okay on the other side. So again, we're just trying to get into the side body a little bit here in the twist. That's why we're doing it this way. And we're just breathing and softening here. Your left knee is going to be pointed straight up. I think mine's pointing in a bit just because I'm on an uphill incline. So yours is probably going to be pointing more straight up, more in a triangle here for you. Okay, so we're going to come back to the center, or to uncross your legs and press into your feet to untuck your hips and come back to center. And then you're going to take Shavasana, and I'm going to sit up and be on amp patrol. While you take Shavasana, I'm going to time it for you. I think you'll excuse me today. So you can take Shavasana, and Shavasana is a very important pose because it allows you to receive your practice, to receive it mentally, physically, emotionally, energetically, and spiritually. And you can trust me that I take Shavasana several times a day. I'm not trying to get out of taking Shavasana. Well, I am right now because I'm tired of getting bitten here. But you can, I guarantee you I'll take another Shavasana later today. Tim can vouch for that. So as you're resting back in Shavasana, when I trained with Phoenix Rising Yoga Therapy, we did group therapy. It was kind of called group facilitation. It was called, and there were steps of group facilitation. And through group facilitation, we talked about the various steps. And one of the steps was awareness, and after awareness came choice. So once you had awareness, then you were able to make choice. That was the idea. And so for me, this awareness around the fact that technology and the platforms on technology are not neutral, that they have their goals for us, which is to get us to spend as much time as possible on them. And that those goals actually do not align with my human goals, has opened up a huge level of awareness for me. And through that awareness, then I have a choice of whether to align myself with their goals or my human goals. And in fact, many times representatives from YouTube have come to us and said, you could grow your channel a lot more if you did this and this and this. And we have decided not to do those things because they did not align with our human goals, our goals for keeping this channel in integrity with our goals in alignment with what we're doing here. You know, I mean, it's too much to get into right now, but they're just out of alignment with our human goals and what we feel this channel is about. And as a result, our channel has stayed much smaller than a lot of possibly other channels, you know, things that we haven't done to increase viewer engagement. So, because we've stayed aligned with human goals. Anyway, so the point was that with awareness comes choice, and we've always made different choices than the alignment with the technology's goals. So the poem that I chose today is For the Time of Necessary Decision, because I feel that once you have awareness, then you can make different decisions. And it's by John O'Donohue from his book To Bless the Space Between Us, which I know many of you have too. To mind of time is hard to read. We can never predict what it will bring, nor even from all that is already gone. Can we say what form it finally takes? For time gathers its moments secretly. Often we only know it's time to change when a force has built inside the heart that leaves us uneasy as we are. Perhaps the work we do has lost its soul, or the love where we once belonged calls nothing alive in us anymore. We drift through this gray, increasing nowhere until we stand before a threshold we know we have to cross to come alive once more. May we have the courage to take the next step into the unknown that beckons us. Trust that a richer life awaits us there, that we will lose nothing but what has already died. Feel the deeper knowing in us, sure of all that is beyond, to be born beyond. The pale frames where we stay confined, not realizing how such vacant endurance was bleaching our soul's desire. May we have the courage to step into the unknown that beckons us. Trust that a richer life awaits us there, that we will lose nothing but what has already died. Feel the deeper knowing in us, sure of all that is about to be born beyond, the pale frames where we stayed confined, not realizing how such vacant endurance was bleaching our soul's desire. So I want to acknowledge you for taking the time to practice this yin yoga class for the Gallbladder Meridian and connecting with your ability to make decisions and to have the courage to make positive changes to connect with your human goals in your life. So slowly wiggle your fingers and your toes. Gradually stretch out. Bend your knees. Roll to your right side and slowly come up to seated. We're going to do our mantra and mudra series to gather the fruits of our practice in and then offer them out into the world. Left palm up, right palm down. If you're not sure how to do this series, there's a mantra mudra series on our secondary channel. It's about my favorite mudra books and our closing mantra series. You can go to it there. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings be happy and free, and may the thoughts, words, and actions of my own life contribute in some way to the happiness and freedom for all. So if you finish this video, give yourself a thumbs up and put "I am connected to my human goals" in the comments. And in terms of offering happiness and freedom for all, we're challenging ourselves in the Yoga of Love Yogathon, something like that. This month to complete the Hanuman series. So it's a 12-class series. We're sponsoring ourselves $1 class. And it's a 12-class series. So at the end of the classes, we're giving $12 to Oceana. I've been posting that on the community tab every day. And you can go there and click on the classes to do a class every day. People have been loving that series. There's a lot of strength in it. Brain yoga classes. It's a pretty fun series. And I want to thank Jean and Carla, Donna. And Donna, thank you for your encouragement to take some time off this summer. And we're taking 8 weeks a year off now, which is going to be pretty awesome. 2 weeks every season. That's in my video on the future of the Yoga with Melissa channel if you want to hear more about that. Thank you, Lonnie, Maura, Khalid, Paige, and Cornelia for your donations. We appreciate your support so much. And we're sending much love from beautiful British Columbia, ant forest here in Machosen. Yeah, somebody said, oh, we had, what did we have? Deer, and then we had orcas, and then this week we had ants. So see, we never let you down. We're sending much love from beautiful British Columbia. May you be grounded as the trees in our forest. May your joy be as deep as our Pacific Ocean, and may you be as strong as our mountains. Om Shanti, Namaste.